What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are having a great day so far. We're going to be going over Josh D'Amaro named the next Chief Executive Officer of the Walt Disney Company. The Walt Disney Company Board of Directors announced today that in unanimous vote held on Monday, it's elected Disney Experiences Chairman Josh D'Amaro to become Chief Executive Officer of the Walt Disney Company, effective of the upcoming annual meeting on March 18th, 2026. He will succeed longtime Disney CEO Robert A. Iger, aka Bob Iger. The board has also intends to appoint D'Amaro as director immediately following that meeting, as head of the company's largest business segment with $36 billion in annual revenue in fiscal year 2025 and 185,000 cast members and employees worldwide. D'Amaro, a 28-year Disney veteran, is the architect of the largest global expansion in Disney Experiences history, and has led the segment to new heights financially, creatively, and in guest satisfaction. Josh D'Amaro possesses that rare combination of inspiring leadership and innovation, and a keen eye for strategic growth opportunities, and a deep passion for the Disney brand and its people, all of which make him the right person to take the helm of Disney's next CEO, said James Gorman, chairman of the Walt Disney Company Board of Directors. The board believes he is exceptionally well prepared to guide this global company forward to serve our consumers around the world and create a long-term value for shareholders. His ability to combine creativity with operational excellence is exemplary, and I am thrilled for Josh and the company. So I'm glad they're finding a new CEO. Josh D'Amaro seems like a very good guy. If he's in charge of all the theme parks, they make up most of Disney's revenue, which is really good. I'm not sure if he's in charge of the resorts, the Star Cruiser Hotel, and I hope he wasn't the guy who created that or had the ideas for that or gave the okay for that. I'm pretty sure that was someone else. Current with D'Amaro's appointment, Dana Walden, co-chairman of Disney Entertainment, has been named president and chief creative officer of the Walt Disney Company, also effective March 18th. As co-chairman of Disney Entertainment, Walden has led Disney's world-renowned, award-winning entertainment, media, news, and content business globally, including Disney's streaming business. In this new role, a historic first for the enterprise, Walden will report directly to D'Amaro and will ensure that storytelling and creative expression across every audience touchpoint consistently reflect the brand and engage audiences at scale, and advance core business objectives while driving enterprise-wide initiatives and translating vision into action. We got Josh D'Amaro and Dana Walden. So he's going to be in charge of the company as a whole, and then she is going to be in charge of the creative aspects of Disney. So that's awesome. So this is going to be just like Dave Filoni and Lin-Manuel Brennan. Lin-Manuel's going to focus on the business side of Star Wars, and Dave's going to purely just focus on the creative aspect of Star Wars. And they're doing the same thing with the CEOs, which I think is a great idea. They needed to do this a long time ago. D'Amaro, a native of Massachusetts, joined Disney 28 years ago in Anaheim's Disneyland accounting department and will become the 9th person to lead the company. He steadily rose through the ranks, working in finance, business strategy, and marketing, and eventually leading Disneyland and the larger Disney World Resort in Florida. A big promotion came in early 2020 when he was entrusted with all the company's theme parks, cruise lines, and creative cadre of Imagineers. So he was in charge of creating like Galaxy's Edge and stuff like that, because that Rise of the Resistance ride is my favorite ride just in history. That is the most creative and fun experienced ride I've ever been on. And if he was the person who got those Imagineers together to make that, I'm excited to see what he will do for Disney. His portfolio includes video games and consumer products. He's overseen numerous high-profile construction projects, including Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and the Marvel-themed Avengers campus at Disneyland, as well as the current $60 billion expansion of the cruise lines and theme parks, which includes plans for a new venture in Abu Dhabi. Wow! He will oversee all Disney and its workforce of 230,000. Wow! That's a large workforce. I thought the other one said like 180. That's interesting. So that's probably like everybody. D'Amaro's most immediate priorities will be managing the park's business through what continues to be a bumpy economic environment, particularly for the non-wealthy consumers. Oh yeah, I mean, it's expensive to go to Disney World and Disneyland. Like, it is not cheap. So I'm curious to see what he'll do there. That's crazy. His pay package will be about $38.5 million, consisting of a $2.5 million base salary and a $26.3 million long-term incentive each fiscal year. Wow. Subject to adjustment for performance. So it could go even higher than that. Or economic conditions, and the one-time long-term initiative award or incentive award of $9.7 million. He is also eligible for an annual performance-based bonus worth of 250% of his base pay, which could work out to about $6.3 million. That's insane. So he's making, for the next 6 years, his contract is for 6 years, and he's making $38.5 million a year. And that could go up. That's crazy. Dude, I would do this for $100K a year. That's insane. Holy cow. He bested 3 other senior executives for the job: Walden movie studio head Alan Bergman and ESPN chair Jimmy Pitaro. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm glad we got DeMario. Yeah, he seems like a very well-spoken individual. DeMario's elevation comes 6 years after Disney's disastrous CEO handoff to then Parks chief Bob Chapek. DeMario's elevation comes 6 years after Disney's disastrous CEO handoff to then Parks chief Bob Chapek, who was DeMario's boss for many years. Chapek was sacked after less than 3 years in the job, a chaotic period marked by COVID-19 pandemic closures and the battles with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, actor Scarlett Johansson, and senior Disney exec. Yeah, that was horrible. Wow. Well, I'm glad Bob Iger's out of there. You know, I really hope they can work together to make Disney what it should be. And that's making, creative projects and essentially making art that is in the theme parks and films, music, movies, whatever you want to call it. That art is there to take away the stresses from your everyday life and put you in a place where you don't have to think about your problems. You don't have to think about your worries. You could just listen, watch, and enjoy whatever it is, whatever that art may be. And whether they're creating something new or rebringing back to life something old, there cannot be agendas or biased positions or any messaging that relates to the real world in these stories and films, because that has no place in Disney, that has no place in Star Wars. And unfortunately, the last several years, it has trickled its way into every project Disney has made. Whether they bring something back that's old, they end up changing it in some way, shape, or form to fit an agenda and or ruin the story. And if they have any plans of that, they need to immediately scrap it and make something new and never touch it again. And especially with Star Wars, I pray to God Dave Filoni will make the right choices, and I have very high hopes for Josh DeMario. Seems like a very, very understanding guy. I'm immensely grateful for the board for entrusting me with a leading company that means so much to me and millions around the world, said Josh DeMario, incoming CEO of the Walt Disney Company. Disney's strength has always come from our people and the creative excellence that defines our stories and experiences. There is no limit to what Disney can achieve, and I'm excited to work with our teams across the company and brilliant creative partners to honor Disney's remarkable legacy while continuing to innovate, grow, and deliver exceptional value for our consumers and shareholders. I want to express my gratitude to Bob Iger for his generous mentorship, his friendship, and the profound impact of his leadership. Yeah, I mean, he seems like a very, very, very well-spoken individual. Hopefully he learns from Bob. I wonder if he feels like kind of weird that his boss used to be Chapek, and then he didn't even last 3 years in the position, and now he is essentially taking that guy's position. I mean, and that's the case for a lot of scenarios. A lot of people aren't meant to be bosses, and a lot of people don't do a good job at it. And hopefully he does, and I have high hopes that now that there's 2 of them, they can focus on separate projects. That'll be amazing. But if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like. And if you did like the video, please leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know what your thoughts are on this whole Disney change and Star Wars change, and what your thoughts are for the future of Star Wars and the future of Disney, and what you're excited for. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys later. Take it easy. Peace.